Sometimes the battles we are fighting didn't actually start with us. And if we are not careful, we can spend our whole lives trying to fix something we don't even understand. Have you ever found yourself reacting in a way you don't fully understand? Yes, you suddenly realize you are just acting or sounding or reacting to issues just like your parents. You see yourself fighting battles you can't trace, carrying fears that don't even match your reality. What if I also told you that some of the wounds you carry didn't start with you? You didn't know the genesis of those wounds. Most of the time, the root of such pain is from stories we were told or the ones we actually witnessed. And that leads us to the topic for today, which is inherited trauma. Inherited trauma. What is an inherited trauma? Inherited trauma is not always something you experienced directly. It is something you absorbed, and most times unconsciously. Inherited trauma is often called intergenerational or generational trauma. It's a concept that the emotional, behavioral, and even biological effects of a traumatic event can be passed down from a trauma survivor to their children, grandchildren, and beyond. It's as deep as that. And if a person did not directly experience a war or abuse or disaster, they may still live with the echoes of it in their daily lives. So, from how we were raised is one, from what our parents went through is another, from what was never spoken about in our home is also another factor. Sometimes, what your parents didn't heal from becomes what you silently carry. I'm sure I have a witness in the house. And then, if you look deeply, you still carry the pains too. And if you don't deal with it now, you also end up passing the same trauma to your children who also didn't know how it started. There was a woman who grew up in a home where hatred was the expression. Her parents never spoke positive words to her. They didn't have it when they're growing up too. Or to her siblings, they were always cursing and swearing and comparing siblings, and this damaged the children from childhood. Her parents provided what they could, but they never affirmed her or her siblings. Never did they hear words like, "Oh, you are the best," or "You can do it," or "You can go far," or even "I love you." Not a single positive words at all. Not to themselves as couple or to the children. And as adults, she struggled to receive expression of love or even say positive words to her own children as well. And suddenly, she realized that her current problem and character was as a result of her childhood experience of toxic upbringing. I want us to pause a little bit. Some of us inherited that from our parents. Are we going to pass the same thing to our children? Are we going to continue that same trauma or traumatic experience that we also grew up in? I think we need to think about it. Yes, trauma can be passed down, absolutely, 100%. But through the right support and of course, through Christ, they can also be broken. So for this lady in question, it's not because people haven't shown her love, but because she was never taught how to recognize it or give the same. But in reality, she is protecting a wound she didn't create. Inherited trauma can look like struggling with emotional expression, fear of abandonment, anger that feels too big for the moment, anger of what your parents did and didn't do to each other that affected you even till now, repeating unhealthy relationship patterns, believing lies like "I am not enough," or "I am not good enough," or "love doesn't last," or "love doesn't exist." Those are traumatic, statements. Or "I have to survive on my own." Another one is, do not be too friendly with your in-laws. Even when you are dying within, carry your head high and keep it to yourself. Those are traumatic statements. You might be living out a script that was written before you were born. Some of the advices majority of us received while growing up were not pure advices based on issues, but were most times trauma-based, if we look deeply. Don't get me wrong. You can be warned, you can be cautioned against a particular issue, but we don't need to act exactly the way they acted on it when it happened. It's my choice to take the advice if I am led, but I need to be careful still not to carry on another person's trauma. God may not hold you responsible for what was passed down to you, but He calls you to be intentional about what continues with you. The scripture says in Ezekiel 18 and verse 20, it says, "The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him." That's what the scripture says. This verse is very powerful because it directly challenges the idea that a person is doomed by their family line. No, we are not. While trauma can be passed down, God makes it clear that each individual is accountable for their own life and choices. Another real life story that I heard recently was about a man who was so verbally abusive to his wife anywhere and everywhere. It was so bad that the wife just said she has had enough and she left the house. Later, this man called his close friends and his own parents to accompany him to his wife's family house to apologize to her. And during their journey and interaction, his friend suddenly discovered where the problem was from. He saw the way his friend was speaking to his own mom and would even shut her up. And he saw his dad's input as well. He was just watching. The reconciliation, of course, didn't go well, as he couldn't help control his anger and his harsh words in front of his in-laws. While he was alone with his friend, he asked him, "Why are you like this? Even to your own mom? Why do you speak to your mom like that? Why do you respond to her in this way?" And he said, that's the way, that's what he knows. That's how his dad speaks to his mom. That's how he has been raised. And his mom never questioned him. Why is his wife questioning him? Inherited trauma. So what do you need to do? Be aware. Identify the pattern of trauma. Another thing is acceptance will help. Stop denying it. Meaning, confront your trauma. The more you deny it or the more you don't want to speak about it, the more you hurt deeply, regardless of who you are or the level you have attained in life. Be prayerful. Be specific about what you want God to heal. Is there anything you can't speak to God about? Absolutely not. Speak to God about it. Another thing is renewal of your mind. Replace these inherited lies with truth. Be intentional. Change and choose differently. Just choose, just decide to be different from what you were brought up with. Healing begins when you start asking what needs to change in your life. You must heal from your trauma. If not, it will keep bringing you back to square one. What patterns do you see in your life that mirror your upbringing or that of your spouse? What did your parents go through that may still be affecting you even till today? What are you normalizing that God may be calling you to break up from? Let's have a chat in the comments and let's learn together. You see, the scripture says again, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." If you need rest, and healing from trauma, then you need God. You can't do it alone. Don't see yourself as a weakling, but you must not stay unaware of what you are going through, because what is not confronted cannot be healed, and what is not healed can be transferred. If you still see yourself, talk about issues that was years ago, that happened years ago, probably involving you and your parents or your siblings, and that still made you sad, or it made you cry. Definitely you are carrying a trauma you have refused to heal from, and no one can help you except you help yourself. Speak to the right people for help. Go for counseling. Speak to God. Ask for healing. Most importantly, submit it at the feet of Jesus. Inherited trauma is real. Let it stop with you. Somebody once told me recently that a male child is usually more affected by trauma than a female child. Do you believe that? Let's put that in the comment section. Let's discuss that a male child who experienced trauma from his parents are usually more affected in life, and sometimes, or most times, they behave the same way. Inherited trauma is so real and is so bad that if you are not careful, you will do exactly the same as what you have seen, or what you grew up with, what you saw your parents do that you didn't like. You see yourself doing the same thing. It takes the grace of God. It takes consciousness. It takes healing. It takes counseling for you not to live the life that you saw while you were growing up. Trauma is real. You got to stop it with you. Please don't forget to click the like button. If you like this video, kindly share with anyone you feel that might need it, and also drop your comments and subscribe if you haven't. It's Time Out with Abby, where we reflect deeply. You realign and we rise together. God bless you.